Barbara Mackenzie, and I'm a member of the Albion Bolton Historical Society. So I'm first going to go over the Indigenous acknowledgement. Indigenous peoples have unique and enduring relationships with the land. Indigenous peoples have lived on and cared for this land throughout the ages. We acknowledge this and we recognize the significance of the land on which we gather and call home. We acknowledge the traditional territory of the Huron-Wendat and the Haudenosaunee peoples and the Anishinaabe of the Williams Treaties. This land is part of the treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We honor and respect Indigenous heritage and the long-lasting history of the land, and strive to protect the land, water, plants, and animals that have inhabited this land for generations yet to come. So we're going to have a few words from our councillors. I'm not sure if...
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here today for this special event. Before we start, I would like to introduce members of council that are with us here today. Mario Russo, Regional Councillor for Ward 4, 5, and 6. Doug Maskell, Councillor for Ward 3. Tony Rosa, Councillor for Ward 5. It is my great honor and privilege to bring greetings on behalf of the town of Caledon as the area councillor for Ward 6. That's the area here where we stand now at the moment. Today we gather to celebrate and honor the legacy of George Bolton, a man whose vision and determination helped shape this very community. His pioneering spirit, hard work, and commitment to the land have left an enduring mark on Caledon's history. And today we commemorate his contributions. George Bolton's grist mill, which was the first flour mill in what is now called the town of Caledon, sat just across the river from where we stand, that way. He was also responsible for several notable firsts in our area. He established the first school in 1830, built the first general store in 1831, and served as the postmaster for the Albion Post Office starting in 1832, all while maintaining Hamlet's first road, Mill Street. Additionally, his perseverance in creating forced roads into the valley like King Street, Glasgow Road, and Centennial Drive was perhaps his most enduring contribution. This plaque serves not only as a reminder of the rich history of our town, but also as an inspiration to future generations. It reminds us of the importance of resilience, vision, and dedication in building a thriving community. On behalf of the town of Caledon, I would like to express our gratitude for George Bolton's legacy, and I am thrilled that we can come together to honor him today. May this plaque stand as a symbol of our shared history, as a testament to the incredible people who have shaped our community. Thank you. I'm going to just pass the mic on to Councillor Russo.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Councillor Russo.
Thank you. I had a little birdie share some more information that I can share with all of you as well. We are standing today on part of the 200 acres of land that George Bolton purchased in 1821. He was a 22-year-old. His land extended roughly from the four corners across King Street to beyond Old King Road and up the North Valley slope to the tableland above. The Humber River runs straight through his property. The bronze plaque, which will be unveiled in a few minutes, is the work of Albion Bolton Historical Society. The team members behind this were part of the earlier bicentennial committee. Their goals were to recognize George Bolton as the founder of Bolton and to mark the location of George's 1822 dam while that knowledge still existed. The first step was the donation of the Bolton Bicentennial Rock, which was positioned here during the celebration 2 years ago. It marks the position of the earth and the wood dam, which stretched from the valley wall across the river to Mill Street. The second step has been creating the bronze plaque, which tells the dam story and commemorates George Bolton. Special credit goes to Heather Broadbent, who championed George Bolton, at every opportunity for the past 50 years. The dam allowed George to harness the water power provided by the Humber River. In turn, drove the wheel in his grist mill. The mill was grinding grain into flour by 1824 and marks the beginning of Bolton's industrial origins. George by then was 25. And as an aside, any of you who are standing on the west side of the rock towards Queen Street would be in the large mill pond created by the dam. That information is something that is so important for us to retain. And as we were walking, I was speaking, the generational knowledge that we have through people like Heather, through people like Valerie, and through people through the Historical Society is invaluable. In particular to us as decision makers at the town, we really appreciate and embrace everything that you bring to the town of Caledon and continue to do so. So thank you for everything that the Historical Society does on a daily basis, and I'm sure we'll continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. So the plaque was,
Just keep it close.
you can hear?
Yeah.
So the plaque was made possible as Mario said, by donation of the rock by the James Dick Construction Company. They also donated towards the purchase of the plaque. We also want to thank the Caledon Council golf tournament grant that was awarded to also assist in that purchase, and by members of the Albion Bolton Historical Society that personally donated. I want to also thank the rock. If you were here a month ago, the rock would have been facing to the east, to the west, and through the town of Caledon Parks and Rec, especially Jeremy and Ward Spears, they turned it quarter of a turn so that it's now facing the path, put in the little walkway that's there. And if you were here 5 days ago, there would have been a stump right here that would have been, you would have been able to put your foot on or trip over. We do appreciate their helping us out in that regards. So just behind where you see the little rippling there was where the original dam was. That created part of the mill pond, and the further along where Humberley Road is where the mill was situated up until 1968. So a great accomplishment. Thank you very much. And a lot of this was reclaimed land from the excavation to create this beautiful park that runs along. So part of this is during this time period we have there's a few kind of this 50th anniversary of the creation of the town of Caledon. It's the 50th anniversary of the Albion Bolton Historical Society. A few months back, when we were approached to be part of, participate in cultural days, we had to think through what we could do, and we just finished a walking tour with a few people. And so that's part of the cultural day, and having the dedication to the plaque and the rock and the location was part of that cultural days, and we appreciate being included in that because it's widespread across Caledon, and the cultural days is also nationwide. And a big thanks to the town of Caledon for making this a little bit special cultural days, and because of, I'm thinking, maybe ongoing, but especially because of the 50th anniversary of the town of Caledon.
I also want to thank Valerie Mackey, who was a longtime resident of Bolton and put a lot of work into putting this project together. So I'll give you a little information on George Bolton. George Bolton had 3 siblings, also living not far from here in Albion Township. His elder brother James, a millwright who mentored and guided him. His sister Rachel Bolton Godbolt and her husband George, who farmed about 6 kilometers away. And his sister Mariah Bolton Fuller and husband Samuel, who farmed close by. While George did not have any children of his own, he had many nieces and nephews, which brings us to why we are here today for this plaque unveiling. So I want to introduce Darlene Moffat and Fiona Berry, who will unveil the plaque. Right there, okay. Darlene and Fiona are second cousins, a few times removed. They are 4 times great-granddaughters of Mariah Bolton Fuller, and many, many times great-nieces of George Bolton. So go ahead then, ladies.
Just careful, it's granite and it's sharp.
Slowly.